Hello from Story Drops, and I am dropping in with a kind of culture shock story. This is a sari that I am wearing. It goes back to the country I was born, Bangladesh. And these are the called churis. So typically we'd wear a tip here, and jewelry is not a must. But when you wear jewelry with a sari, it looks nice. So the culture shock part I'm going to share was how we greet and how we entertain people in a typical Bengali society. We are Bangladeshis and culturally we are Bengali people. And going deeper to that, I am a Sileti, which means the part from which I come from Bangladesh is called Silet. And we call ourselves Siloti. And to a greater identity, we are Siloti Bengalis, because my mother was from Bengali part and my father was from Sylhet. So we have a big diverse culture even in Sylhet. So suppose a guest comes in and we would touch the feet, which is very courteous in Sylhet, in respect of the elders. We touch their feet and bring it to our heart to say that I respect you so much. But with time, this concept has gone and we relate more to saying salam, which in Islamic ways to say peace be upon you. But at the same time, the elderly in the society still kind of resent that you didn't respect me enough because you did not touch my feet. Especially if a new bride goes to her in-laws, she is supposed to touch the feet of her in-laws, parents-in-laws, and then she will be given the gifts of money, gold, or something. Well, I suppose it's okay if you get so many gifts. It's okay to touch the feet, whether you believe it or not, whether you believe that that's really respect. By all means, that's culture evolving, and we respect our elders no matter how we show it. There are thousands of ways to show our respect. On a typical day, when a guest drops in, maybe you are not exactly ready for the guest. So you will say the normal greetings and have them sit down, and you offer them tea. Now, how welcome the guest is depend on how many things you give with the tea, which we call cha. And with the tea, something that goes is ta. That it doesn't literally mean anything, it means snacks. So cha ta, if you are welcoming, you will give a cha ta, something with the tea. And if you really do not want the guest just at that moment, maybe you will just ask, do you want some tea? No? Okay, fine. Or suppose you really want to wish that guest was there at the moment and you will say, oh no, you must have something, at least tea, at least cha ta, kichu khaben. You have to have something, tea at least. I mean, on the bigger scene is the meals, the dinner that's coming or the lunch that's coming, but at least you have to have something. And the guest thus knows whether to stay there, how long to stay there, and might feel good if you have really heartily offered lots of food. And with tea, you have offered 3-4 kinds of tas, that means 4 and 5 kinds of things. And on that, if there's a sweet dish, Bengalis are really sweet tooth people. They love to eat sweets. And if you offered them sweets, like that's another way of hearty welcome, you did give some sweets. And usually we'd give something sweet and something savory, just to say I love you with sweet and savory love. Now that's being said, Suppose you are having a dinner and you are a guest. See the dinner plate? I didn't sit here to really have my meal, but this does have a purpose to me. I just want to show you exactly how to say. So, the typical way of refusing and offering the guest is to, you are supposed to be convincing the guest that you want him or her to eat. So you would say like, the guest would, if you don't spoon in the people's plate, they will say, oh, bere daone, you didn't serve me. So if you have 10 guests you have invited, if you do not try to at least spoon some food into their plates, they will think, oh, isn't really coming from the heart. Because that's a normal way to be really heartwarming host. Spoon the food into the plate, heap it up, that person will not eat. And the guest role will be to say, no, please, no, I'm good, thank you. But there's a joke that says that they will cover the plate and leave just enough space like this, enough for food to be spooned in, and say, oh, I am full, I don't really need much. And at the same time, you will see the food coming, spooning into your plate, all the love in that food, and you will say, oh, you have bloated my stomach, but give a hearty smile and really feel glad that you are welcome to that home. And that being said, the Bengalis are really hospitable, kind, loving people. They love to share food, company, laughter, and they love to entertain with food. And sweets, as I mentioned before, this is a way of expressing gratefulness, happiness. In a normal wedding ceremony, the groom side is supposed to be carrying the sweets to the bride side. And you know how much weight that can be? 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. So you would be fortunate and you will feel big when the bride side can say, they got 40 kgs, 50 kgs of sweets and varieties of them and from the top shop. You have got the top rungs of the groom side. That being said, next time you visit a Bengali's home, make sure you are all welcome all the time. Ta and the meal, however you can, you are happily to be settled and enjoy the hospitality. That being said, thank you for watching today, and still we meet again